Before I go into today's sermon, I want to remind all of you that we will be having services, weekday services, this week. On Wednesday, June 29th, we will be having services for Saints Peter and Paul. And also on the 30th, we will be having services for the Holy Apostles. Both of those services start at 9 o'clock in the morning with matins, followed by Divine Liturgy, which you all know includes Holy Communion. Αυτή την εβδομάδα θα έχουμε καθημερινές λειτουργίες. Την πρώτη θα είναι η μέρα Τετάρτη, 29 Ιουνίου, 9 το πρωί, για την εορτή του Αγίου Πέτρου και Παύλου, και επίσης την 5η του μηνός, 30 Ιουνίου, θα έχουμε την μεγάλη γιορτή των Αγίων Αποστόλων. Για αυτούς που θέλουν να έρθουν στην Εκκλησία και προτιμούν να είναι, ας πούμε, πιο ολίγοι μες στην Εκκλησία, θα σας πω ότι πρέπει να έρθετε τότε στις καθημερινές. So I know that many of you want to be in church, but they say that we really prefer coming when we think there will be some fewer in number. Well, then you have to take advantage of the weekday services, But I do also want to say in the same breath that things have opened up and we should have more people in church. I'm going to say it because it's true. The choir is managing to put it together with its limited number, and I applaud the devotion of our choir director, and I also applaud the devotion of those members that make it a point to be in the choir. But there always is going to be strength in number. So I think the numbers should be increasing, and I am telling you that because it is the truth. There are no excuses now for you to be in church. The mask mandate is optional. Our kids are being vaccinated, and it's just a matter of getting up like you used to. Early, getting into your cars, and going to church. That's what you have to do. It's simple, but it's become too easy for you to stay at home. And there's no excuses. If you can make it to go to your hairdressers and be on time, if you could make it to be at your favorite restaurant early in the morning on weekdays, then I don't see why you can't make it to church. I'm being blunt because I am disappointed. And if I'm not going to tell you that from the pulpit, then I'm doing you a disservice because it's not all right. It's not all right. So I'm sorry to put it in those terms, but it's a wake-up call. You should be in church. There's no excuses for you not to be in church. So let's do it. I want to see more people next week. You might say, well, it's 4th of July weekend, so I'll probably give you another reprieve. But let me put it to you this way. It's not really for me. It's for God. Because God has done so much for you. And He has invited you to His house, and you're not coming. He's invited you to His banquet on Sundays, and you're not coming. Could you imagine if you were hosting a party because it was a special occasion? You sent out the invitations, and out of the 100, you only got 20. And they didn't even bother to RSVP. I'm sorry, but I'm not. I would be sorry if I said nothing about it. Then shame on me. But I have no shame. I've been coming to church. And I know who has been coming to church. And I do understand certain situations when people are not coming to church because they have phoned me and they have told me of their dilemmas and their predicaments. And I address that with the love of this church and this community on your behalf. But you have to walk the walk. I cannot do it for you. And you have to instill that in the future generations. That is your responsibility. Luckily, I have my altar boys, and sometimes they outnumber the parishioners, especially in the early part of the service. I'm not asking for you to come in at 10 o'clock. I'm asking for you to come. And I'm not even making the observation of those who come in at the last hour, because Jesus does not judge whoever comes at the first hour or the last. But I won't do that. I will not judge you. But your conscience should judge you. And if you lost that conscience, then you better get back to church. Because all of a sudden, the world has taken over, and now you are slighting yourself because you choose to be in the world on the day that is dedicated to the Lord. It's the Lord's Day. Είναι Κυριακή, είναι η μέρα του Κυρίου. Πώς μπορείτε να μην έρχεστε στον οίκο του Κυρίου όταν είναι η ημέρα του Κυρίου? Everything is based on dedication to the Lord and devotion. These things you cannot erase. If you want religiosity, then you have to practice religion. If you want to be orthodox, then you have to practice orthodoxy and come to the Orthodox services of the church. You have to be Christians not in name only, but as doers. That's what makes for Christianity. You have to do it. You have to do it. And what is amazing was the charge of today's epistle. And I really was taken to heart by its content. And it was very sobering for this world and for the attitudes. And it was so universal in spirit. Brethren, glory and honor and peace for everyone who does good, the Jew first and also the Greek. For God shows no partiality. All who have sinned without the law will also perish without the law. All who have sinned under the law will be judged by the law. That was extremely sobering. All who have sinned without the law will also perish without the law. That is a very not either or situation for every person in the world. Whether they received the law or they didn't, they will still perish by the law. That was extremely sobering, and I would say that in all the years of my priesthood, that never jumped out at me, but it did this time. Why? Because God's law is natural law. God's law is in accordance to nature. And if you don't follow God's law, then you go against nature. And if a person is swimming the tide and in the waters and going against the sea, that's the way he's going to spend his life. But if he swims and goes with the flow of the water, with the Holy Spirit, then his life is going to be smoother. And it doesn't matter who that person is, he still has to swim in that water and go with the flow of the water or go against it. To go with nature or go against it. And this world is telling people that they can define themselves not in accordance to the way God made them and brought them into this world. And you're trying to tell me that people shouldn't be in church? They should be in church and be praying for this world to come to its senses of who God defined us and what he made us and what identity he has given us. Don't lose your identity by ignoring your church. Don't lose your identity by not receiving Holy Communion. Don't lose your identity by not making the necessary effort.